Hey guys, today I will be doing a review of the Lian Sheng LS-111, or 112, I keep doing that, it's the 112, the 111 is the little nano that I have. I got this from gearbest.com for about $25, and you'll probably notice right away that I have 3 green props and 1 white, and if you'll see, these two have a little like white stripe design on them. That's because they're the originals. And the props that come, the ones that come in the bag, they're just plain white and green. They don't actually have the stripes on them, so that's a little bit weird. And the reason I have the weird colors is because, as you'll see, I have broken all the others. All I have left is one. I just have 1 green left. So I've broken both of the other white and yellow ones and one of the regular white ones. So they're really fragile props, and I actually had to balance this one. There's a little bit of tape on the end because I held it up and I gave it full throttle and I could see it vibrating like really bad. So I put some tape on it and balanced it out, and that made it a lot better, also a lot quieter. The battery it comes with is a 350 milliamp hour battery, and it also can take the Hubsan X4 240 milliamp hour batteries. And I'm not quite sure if this is a 350 or not, or they just said that, because if you look at it compared to the Hubsan 240, there's barely any difference. They're the same thickness, except this is a little bit wider, but they're the same thickness up and down. And with these batteries with the canopy on, you get about 5 minutes of flight, and with these batteries you get about 4 minutes of flight. So the 110 milliamp hour difference, I'm not sure if this is true, but oh well. And they both fit in there nice. This one just slides in, and this one, since it's a little bit shorter, I don't slide it all the way in because then it'd be a little bit offset, so I just center under the canopy, but it's in there tight, it's not going anywhere. And I actually have 2 of these, so that's really nice that I can fly with 3 batteries, and if you have a Hubsan. So if you're doing that, just make sure you let the motors cool down. And this cage, as you can see here, it's a pretty nice prop guard. It's not gonna, I have not managed to hit anything with this. When I broke the props, it's because I had it off. But and here you can take it off. There's 4 little plastic clips on the arm that you just pull off. And be careful when you're taking it off, because I already have it unplugged, but there's an LED up front, and it has this little plug on here where you just plug it into the circuit board. So that's nice that you can take this on and off really easily. And then you have the quad like this, and it's a lot lighter and more responsive. And now, thing about the prop guard, I was flying it and it was working fine when I first got it, and then I took it off and had a few crashes and then put it back on to keep testing it, and it will not fly with this prop guard anymore. One second, I forgot the transmitter. It's over here. Okay, there's the transmitter. And with this transmitter, you have, turn it on. Can't believe I forgot to put the transmitter out here. Okay, you have your 4 trim buttons, you have your right stick, this is mode 1, you have throttle here, and these sticks feel really nice, and you have no shoulder buttons, so because you click the sticks, the left stick is rates, you can hear 2 beeps, and 3 beeps means high rates, and 1 beep is low rates, and the LCD screen shows you all your percent inputs and trims, and on your right stick, you click it, and if you're bound, it'll keep beeping, you do a flip. Let's see. And like I said, you can, or I forgot to say this, but you can recalibrate it just like the LS-111 by putting the left throttle stick down to the left and the right stick up and to the left, and that'll recalibrate it. But you have to do that before you give any throttle input. Like when you bind it, you can still go up down, but after you give any input, it won't do it. So you have to unplug the battery and plug it back in if you want to recalibrate it. And I'll plug it in. It has pretty nice lights here. Let's plug this in. There we go. I'll put the canopy back on, just for look's sake. Okay, let's bind it. Okay, there we go. As you can see, it's got red. It's got really nice bright blue and red lights, but as you can tell, they all blink red and blue, and I have not been able to find any pattern. I think they're offset just a little bit, so they always keep changing. Like, there's no pattern. They're always blinking, so that's really annoying. You can't fly this at night, because I tried and I crashed immediately, and I'm a pretty experienced pilot, so this is definitely not a night flyer. and you can see inside of here there's a blue, green, and red light that flash. And then when you hit LVC, they all flash at the same time. But LVC is virtually non-existent because as soon as they start flashing, it's down. Like, there's no LVC on this, so that's annoying that you kind of have to time your flight so you're not up real high and then it just falls. I mean, it'll still keep the motors running for about 10 seconds, but it's a really fast descent. And like I said, I cannot fly this with the canopy anymore because for some reason it'll just lean. Like with the canopy on, it'll just keep leaning backwards. And I've tried recalibrating it, centering all my trims. I've even tried calibrating it against, like giving it forward and recalibrating it, like putting it on something. But it'll just keep leaning backwards, and and even if I give enough forward trim, which takes about full trim to get it level, then as soon as I turn, it'll go like that. It'll go like that, and you crash immediately because there's so much trim applied. But when I take the canopy off and recalibrate it, it flies perfectly fine. So it's a lot more stable. So I'm not sure why that doesn't work with this, but because I've seen other people fly fine with this, but I take it off anyways because I like a lot more power and maneuverability. So that's not too bad for me. Comes with an instruction manual, but it's in really bad English and you can't really understand anything, so that's pretty much trash. The box, you can see here, it's pretty nice. It comes in green, it comes in a red canopy up top or a green, and I forgot to say, but I also it comes with the yellow up front and the green in the back, but I changed them. You just go diagonally. And I was not able to get these off for a while. Like, they are really, really tight props on there. And I had to use this little U-wrench that I got with my X4. And it still takes quite a lot of force to pry them off. And these blades, they are a little bit rattly. Like, it's a little bit loud. It's a lot louder with the prop guard on, but if you take it off, it's a lot quieter. But I found that it also works with the JJRC 1000A props and the free-bladed Hubs and X4 props. And those they give a little bit more punch, and it's a lot quieter with those. So I think the pitch is a little bit more on the 1000A props. Let's see, you can flip it. Yeah, so you can flip it with the right stick by clicking it in, and it does really nice tight flips. With the canopy on, they're a little bit slower, but with it off, it'll flip pretty much perfectly around really fast. But I think since it was designed for the canopy to be on, when it comes out of the flip, sometimes it'll think this is level for a second, and then it'll go like that, but then it realizes that it's not level and it'll fix itself. So the flips are a little hard to do indoors. You can see the antennas here, so if you want to bend that any way you want, you can extend the range a little bit. Now I plan on modding this by cutting down the canopy and doing a couple other things to it, because I fly like this, but I feel like I don't want to go too crazy, because if I crash hard, I don't want to break anything. Especially with this circuit board, this mini circuit board that's sticking up there. That's because that's what hits first, not the props. So I'm going to be a little bit careful with it. Forgot to say it, but the battery has a little heat shrink up on the connector, so I thought that was nice because most other batteries don't have that heat shrink, so it's going to be more durable over time. Let's see what I forgot to say about the batteries, but using this without the canopy, you get about 7-minute flights, and with this, you get about 6-minute flights. So really nice long flights. And this battery, with the included USB charging cable here, you get about 30-minute charges for a 7-minute flight with the canopy off. So that's nice. It's got a pretty good charge to flight ratio. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend this to beginners because the yaw rate and pitch rate are really fast. I also noticed that it has a faster yaw rate to the right than it does to the left, so that's really weird. It just funnels really, really nicely. It pretty much just spins on a motor pod. It's really nice. And like I said, I plan on modding this, and I'll do an indoor flight and an outdoor flight. I'll try to fly this. I'll show you just what it does when it leans. And I'll do that'll probably last like 30 seconds because it's going to crash right away. And then I'll take it off and do a little stability test. It tends to drift a lot, but just flying, it's really great, and it's super, super fast. And then I'll take it outside and show you how fast it is. So let's go check that out. Okay, here we are at the indoor flight review of the Lian Sheng LS-124. And as you might be able to notice that I've got some different colored props on here because I was flying it before actually this video, and I looked at the props and they were really loud and weren't getting much power. And I noticed that they were vibrating really bad, really out of balance. So I just swapped them out, these two, for JJRC 1000A props, and it made it a lot quieter and more stable. And I also forgot to say that in my review, this light had gone out on me, but somehow I plugged it back in right now, and now it's working again. So I'm not sure why that happened. And I'll try and show you what I mean by the leaning thing. And I'll show you here. I'll recalibrate it, see if you can see those lights in there. Right there. They stop flashing and I'll go solid at once. Now that I've given throttle, it won't work anymore, so let's bring it up. You can see it's already wanting to lean backwards like that. Right there. That's letting go, and it's coming back. So I'll give a whole bunch of forward trim. Huh. It's actually working now. Maybe it was those props that was doing it. It must have been those props, because now it's working fairly well. Like, I can actually fly it. It's not just crashing everywhere. Huh. That's really weird. Well, I guess my review is wrong then. I guess mine does fly fine with the prop guard. It must have been just those props were vibrating so much it was throwing it off. Oh, but you can still see there, because I still have to put quite a bit of trim. It doesn't want to pirouette in place. But you can see it's pretty slow with the prop guard on, but I don't use it anyways. But let's do a quick wall test. You see, it doesn't, it's a little bit heavy, so it doesn't really want to stay flying. But you're not going to break your props like this. You can see it works pretty good. And it does go into ceiling a little bit. But yeah, so the prop guard works pretty darn well. Whoops. Okay, so now let's take the prop guard off really quick so I can show you that it's even more stable and better with the prop guard off and the increased power. And I'm just going to disconnect the LED right there and put that over here. And I turned it off so I could recalibrate it again, just because it seems to work better if you recalibrate it without the canopy. Okay, there we go, recalibrating. You can see right away, much more power, and a lot quieter without the canopy. There's a hands-off hover. It doesn't. This one, like I said, it doesn't really like to stay and hover too much, but when you're flying without the canopy, it's a really nice flyer. Let's do a throttle punch. Whoops. You can see it's got quite a bit of power. I'll show you. Like I said, the thing that's really weird to me is that it has a faster yaw to the right than the left. Here's low rates. That's low rates left yaw. Low rates left yaw. It's full yaw. And then I go over here, and that's low rates full rate yaw. You see, that's really weird. It's crashing into everything today. Battery cable. Okay. Now here's medium rates yaw. It's not wanting to stay. There's medium rates yaw. And there's left, so it's slower to the left. It's weird. And then here's full rates yaw. It's got a really nice fast yaw. You can see there's full rates left yaw. And there's full rates, or there's left yaw, the other one was right. See, it's got a really nice fast yaw. There's full pitch, right and left. You see it's got a pretty decent amount of pitch to it. Here's low rates pitch. So it's definitely a lot more docile in low rates, but it can still be fairly aggressive. Trying to get a low rates funnel going, but there we go. It's kind of hard in this small room with the slower yaw rate. Medium rates. Pretty nice funnel. Drifting a little bit, but kick it up into high rates. There we go. That was funnel. It's kind of hard, and I don't know why it's drifting right now, but it's drifting backwards on me. You can get the gist, and let's do some indoor flips here. You can see really nice fast flips, really tight flips with the removed canopy. Whoa, removed canopy, you get really fast flips. That's what I was talking about earlier. Since it's designed for the canopy, it flips so fast that right there again. Sometimes it goes too far, and then it doesn't know what level is, and whoa, that was lucky. But yeah, so it's not really a flipper indoors, but outdoors is fine, and it's definitely a fast outdoor flyer. So let's bring it in for a landing. Okay, that was the indoor flight of the Lian Sheng LS-124. So now let's take it outside. Okay, here we are for the outdoor flight of the Lian Sheng LS-124. And if you'll notice, most of the snow is melted and it's nice and bright out. And it's actually pretty warm. I don't have to wear gloves, so that's really nice. So let's take it up. I'll start with a hand launch. These blades are a little bit rattly. It's a little bit windy out. I'm in low rates right now. See, that's with the wind. That's against the wind, so kick it up into medium rates. And high rates. It's pretty windy out right now. It's definitely, since it's small, it doesn't really like the wind. You can see that's with the wind, it's much faster. It's got that really fast yaw rate. Give a little bit of forward trim to help compensate with the wind. You can see it's definitely a really nice, fast, sporty quad. The yaw rate is kind of non-proportional though, like it'll spin out. There's a flip. Like when you get to the end of the stick, it'll be going slow and then all of a sudden it'll go full speed, so you can't really do bank turns, it kind of just spins out like that. But as you can see, this thing is really fast. Got the canopy on, it's a really nice flyer, and I recommend taking the canopy off right away. And mine doesn't even fly with the canopy anyways, but there's full throttle punch. See, it's got a pretty good amount of power. Nice 6-axis gyro, stables it out. It's a little bit more powerful with the 240s on the Hubsan because they're less weight. You get about the same flight times, and it's better with JJRC 1000A props. They're a lot quieter and they give a little bit more kick. But it's still a really nice flyer. It's a high rates pirouette, wind's taking it. But yeah, it's really nice and fast. I think that was good enough. Well, no, let's do one of these. I'm on low battery right now. It's still pretty cold out, so the batteries don't last too long. Okay, let's bring it in. There we go. That was the review of the Lian Sheng LS-124. Please let me know if you liked this video by giving a thumbs up down below, and leave any comments or questions you have in the comment section. And please subscribe to my channel, it's a great help, and I'll leave a link to check this out on gearbest.com below, and stay tuned for future videos. See ya.